I've already brought the server up, and we're trying to log into the application using two different browsers to simulate two different sessions, user sessions. So one is Chrome and this one is Microsoft Edge. And now we can see we haven't logged in, though it's a pre-login screen. Different options on the pre-login screen. This is Microsoft Edge. That's Chrome. So log in through Facebook. Now, since I've already logged into Facebook through these two different browsers through different users, haven't been prompted for any user authentication, user credentials. I go to my profile. I have already two different products posted. Similarly, on Microsoft Edge, I log in through a different user, and I have different products. Let me try to post a product, filling in different form fields as we fill in a normal form with a different modern user interface, which allows user to go back and forth uh, to change the fields, to provide more information about each and every field, and also to provide some constraints over what can be changed and what not. So I'm trying to post a new product altogether. Now there are some constraints that I've already deliberately not added in this particular form field just to enable the unit testing to go forth, but these are already added. Now this screen is different categories which can be associated with the product. This is a description field, the constraint which I'm going to talk about in a while. Some tags, pre-filled tags, and this is the final review screen. Whatever the fields we've already input, these can be reviewed over here before submitting it finally. All the description has to be entered. The constraint is should be minimum 200 characters to provide a more detailed uh, 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 description. This is the detail page of the product we've just posted. Clicking on any categories brings us over to the list of the associated products under that category, etc. And tags also. So that's I try to heart or star my own product. I cannot do that. Of course, let me go to the Microsoft Edge session, open up my own or the other users logged in through Chrome's product. So this is the product. As soon as I heart it, there will be notification and points added to the other user's account. So that's one part of the gamification that's been added. Now this user is trying to submit their own request to apply for this particular product. They've done so successfully. Again, the constraint is lifted. It doesn't depend on the reputation, but eventually it will. If the user tries to delete, there are different options with just certain constraints which are called out on the screen. So I haven't invested. So this user hasn't invested in any of the products, but this user has on Microsoft Edge. Let's go to the user profile and see in the invested product. They already She already has one product that I submitted the request for just now. So now when you go to this is the Chrome user again. When I go to the user detail page, I see one like already there, which is liked by the other user. Now if I want to change the user, if I'm now I see there is already one user applied for it. One user already applied for it. I select it. All the points that were applied for the product go into my account, and the other user gets the notification. And of course, the points are deducted from her account. Now this is where the other user already applied, and she can delete this request or work through it, whether we keep it as is. And there are different constraints associated with that deletion and acceptance as well. It's very flexible, so it can be changed at any point of time depending on the rules that we decide upon. Now here I've just quickly sped up the entire process, which we've already done. So this is a fresh new product that I wanted to post to show one more functionality of a drag and drop user selection. That's an interface. That's a new modern interface again. And again, I'm trying to feed in some information, some relevant information eventually in real time. It needs to be, but for now, it's just some random information here. So here also I can change any of the fields with any of the constraints that are already there. Now this product is posted in Microsoft Edge. Now I'm trying to look for that particular product. So this is that product which I've just now posted, and this user, she is now applying for this product, which is successfully done because of the no constraint criteria I've already talked about. Then I go to a quick queue page from the user menu, and I see there are different products already. All the products that I've posted. This one product has one applicant already, and I've chosen that applicant through drag and drop. I can undo it immediately or go to a different page, and those points are in my account. Now this is the review page. I can review the user that has already uh, I have already applied for the product, user's product, and he or she has already given that product over to me. Now the button will come up on my user profile or the product detail page to fill in the feedback for that particular user. As soon as I fill the feedback, the other user fills in the feedback, you notice that in this detail section earlier, I missed to show that, but in detail section, the user comes out as unrated. And now she has an average rating of 4. So that's the difference this rating makes. There are two different user reviews for the same user. Again, the constraints are a little flexible. I can flag any product, even my own product, if I have mistakenly posted something which I want administrator attention to. Basically, administrator to take a look at something on any other product, so I can flag it with a specific reason. Now, in this particular, there are certain associated products categorized, bucketed under a single category. Now all the products have gone. Now this user applied for this product. She can remove it, and the other users alerts, all the reputation points have already gone because she's already removed product from the queue. Again, the constraints are very lenient in this case, but we have to work through, and it's very flexible. We can change it at any point of time. It's hardly a few minutes job once we decide on that. And this is in Ajax call. We quickly update what's my detailed description, what the detailed description I want to have. Now, this is a particular, this is a search interface which has not been developed yet, but this is the UX only. The backend functionality has to be developed, has yet to be developed, and as I said, 80% of the work is already done, 20% remains. The rest 20% is part of the UX only right now. These are the notifications. When you click on the alerts, the full notification page will come up. Whatever the notifications we have historically would be available here as well. Now this is the UX only page where I just wanted to showcase what all functionality remains. So these are the user awards or the badges the users have again through the transactions that they've made through the entire application, and they will depend on different categories, but this is again modern look and feel. This is the user timeline, how they work through the application and interact with different objects. So this will come up over here, and it's this is one of the pending items. These are static pages. FAQs, there are different categories of FAQs. You can expand them, and it's fully, I forgot to mention that this website is completely responsive, not mobile first but completely responsive. You can see search, everything including the FAQs and the static pages are also adjusting themselves to the form factors. Now this is the contact us page, a new modern feel to the uh, form fields that we actually end up filling a lot of fields when we're trying to contact a person using email IDs, etc., etc. So this is a very modern field, very user friendly um, form. You just has to interact with the arrows or the enter button, and they are through. Now this is the about page which I want to change. I've just chosen a simple responsive about us page just to talk about it, but eventually I plan to replace it with a one page template, and I already chosen one of the templates which I want to integrate with this entire application. And there's one thing which I think can be a part of phase two, this filter. Though it's a very good functionality and probably a must-have in all the e-commerce applications which you see right now, or the any consumer um, uh, applications. Uh, but this is a user interface, is a very modern user interface. It's not complete in any sense because it requires you to load the entire data set in a single page and then filter out those data sets based on the client side coding. So server is already um, has already returned the entire data set, and it's not very friendly onto the user. It's using a lot of resources, and there's no easy way to accomplish that right now. And one of the things is there's high level menus. I want to high level menu items which I want to remove eventually. Some animations, the header animations can be sponsored.